Western Front this week, which isn't surprising after the 6 weeks of carnage that had just recently ended and caused hundreds of thousands of casualties. But I'm going to end with something from that front, a quote from Louis Bartha's Poilu that shows life on the quiet front. In certain places, the trenches had completely disappeared underwater. Almost all of the dugouts had collapsed. Our section was lucky enough to have a dugout which was still intact, but one night, when the rain came down in torrents, the tide invaded our dugout. The next day, at many places on the front line, the soldiers had to come out of their trenches so as not to drown. The Germans had to do the same. We therefore had the singular spectacle of two enemy armies facing each other without firing a shot. Frenchmen and Germans looked at each other and saw that they were all men, no different from one another. They smiled. We shared tobacco. A huge devil of a German stood up on a mound and gave a speech which only the Germans could understand, but everyone knew what it meant because he smashed his rifle on a tree stump. Applause broke out on both sides. If only you had been there, mad kings, bloody generals, fanatical ministers, jingoistic journalists, rear echelon patriots, to contemplate this sublime spectacle. Our big shot leaders were in a furor. Once the front line was established again, it was forbidden, under penalty of death, to leave the trench.